double barrel shotgun, buried in the ground, resurrected 3 days later. You should all go to heaven now.
Andrew, you have an affinity to find the biggest retards on the planet.
Retards? I don't have retardation. I'm Down syndrome. I live at the Misericordia facility.
That's worse.
I'm obese, but I'm non dual. I am a non binary. I'm a trans black woman full of AIDS and PrEP. I'm also fully infected with herpes sores all over my anus because I'm an LGBTQ acolyte. I voted Kamala. I'm very disappointed. And like I said, I think I might commit suicide and off myself. I'm very suspicious of myself these days.
Andrew, is this good? Just because this guy.
Jesus Christ! Can't take a joke.
So if I get to bump into someone in South Africa, the last thing I want to do is talk about America. I want to talk about South Africa. You're an expert in South Africa. Yeah, I want to learn everything I can from you about South Africa. No? I'm just asking. Yeah, no, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, it's good here. You're on the other side of the planet. Fucking, I'm talking to you. It's like you were saying before. I'm going to take advantage of this and learn what I can. So, like in America, obviously, it's very divided on two sides. But my understanding of South Africa
all good things are powerful stimulants to life. Even every good book which is written against life. Imaginary evil is romantic and varied. Real evil is gloomy, monotonous, barren, boring. Imaginary good is boring. Real good is always new, marvelous, intoxicating. Imaginative literature, therefore, is either boring or immoral or a mixture of both. What one wrote playfully, another reads with tension and passion. What one wrote with tension and passion, another reads playfully. Speroni explains very well why a writer's form of expression may seem quite clear to him, yet obscure to the reader. The reader is advancing from language to thought, the writer from thought to language. The only end of writing is to enable the readers better to enjoy life or better to endure it. The book full... Skepticism is the chastity of the intellect. To deny, to believe, and to doubt well to a man as the race is to a horse. The like of anything is to wisdom. If it be not plainly the thing itself, the more directly it becomes its opposite. Ultimate insights have a tendency to undermine the orthodox approaches by which they have been reached. To give a reason for anything is to breed a doubt of it. Intellectuals cannot tolerate the chance event, the unintelligible. They have a nostalgia for the absolute, for the universal.
I want to say that
a man
when
cannot ask another a question without at the same time answering it himself. This is physiological. If it were not so, my answer would always satisfy him. One can live in this world on soothsaying, but not on truth-saying.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think that if there's a person, like, because there's no guiding
People who
principle
feel
other
themselves to
than
be exiles in
does
this
this
world
does
are
this
mightily
immediately
inclined
equate to a negative, or even over the long term to a negative outcome. I think that's the only base of it. And I think that it's more than
arose not from a contemplation of the works of nature, but from a concern with regard to the events of life. Religion consists in believing that everything which happens is extraordinarily important. It can never disappear from the world precisely for this reason. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. Apart from religion, expressed in ways generally intelligible, populations sink into the apathetic task of daily survival with minor alleviations. Whenever the world thinks, he who hath not meditated much upon God, the human mind, and the summum bonum may possibly make a thriving earthworm, but will most indubitably make a sorry patriot and a sorry statesman. People who feel themselves to be exiles in this world are mightily inclined to believe themselves citizens of another. Religion is a disease, but it is a noble disease. The first ideas of religion arose not from a contemplation of the works of nature, but from a concern with regard to the events of life. Religion consists in believing that everything which happens is extraordinarily important. It can never disappear from the world precisely for this reason. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. Apart from religion, expressed in ways generally intelligible, populations sink into the apathetic task of daily survival with minor alleviations. Whenever the world thinks, he who hath not meditated much upon God, the human mind, and the summum bonum may possibly make a thriving earthworm, but will most indubitably make a sorry patriot and a sorry statesman. People who feel themselves to be exiles in this world are mightily inclined to believe themselves citizens of another. Religion is a disease, but it is a noble disease. The first ideas of religion arose not from a contemplation of the works of nature, but from a concern with regard to the events of life. Religion consists in believing that everything which happens is extraordinarily important. It can never disappear from the world precisely for this reason. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. Apart from religion, expressed in ways generally intelligible, populations sink into the apathetic task of daily survival with minor alleviations. Whenever the world thinks, he who hath not meditated much upon God, the human mind, and the summum bonum may possibly make a thriving earthworm, but will most indubitably make a sorry patriot and a sorry statesman. Skepticism is the chastity of the intellect. To deny, to believe, and to doubt well to a man as the race is to a horse. The like of anything is to wisdom. If it be not plainly the thing itself, the more directly it becomes its opposite. Ultimate insights have a tendency to undermine the orthodox approaches by which they have been reached. To give a reason for anything is to breed a doubt of it. Intellectuals cannot tolerate the chance event, the unintelligible. They have a nostalgia for the absolute, for a universally comprehensive scheme. A man cannot ask another a question without at the same time answering it himself. This is physiological. If it were not so, my answer would always satisfy him. One can live in this world on soothsaying, but not on truth-saying. An open mind is all very well in its way, but it ought not to be so open that there is no keeping anything in or out of it. It should be capable of shutting its doors sometime. Skepticism is people who feel themselves to be, as a rule, insurrections, I mean even those which succeed, begin without a leader, but they always end by securing one. To reform means to shatter one form and to create another, but the two sides of this act are not always equally intended nor equally successful. The purity of a revolution can last a fortnight. The men who lose their heads most easily, who generally show themselves weakest on days of revolution, are the military, accustomed as they are to have an organized force facing them, an obedient force in their hands. They readily become confused before the tumultuous uproar of a crowd and in the presence of the hesitation and occasional convenience of their own men. In times of revolution, people boast almost as much about the imaginary crimes they propose to commit as in normal times they do of the good intentions they pretend to entertain. In revolution there is no... As a rule, the oldest books are still only just out to those who have not read them. All good things are powerful stimulants to life, even every good book which is written against life. Imaginary evil is romantic and varied. Real evil is gloomy, monotonous, barren, boring. Imaginary. The oldest books are still only just out to those who have not read them. All good things are powerful.
It is.
The oldest books are still only just out to those who have not read them. All good things are powerful stimulants to life. Even every good book which is written against life. Imaginary evil is romantic. monotonous, barren, boring. The web of this world is woven of necessity and chance. Woe to him who has accustomed himself from the up to find something capricious in what is necessary, and who would ascribe something like reason to chance and make a religion of surrendering to it. Every man who refuses to accept the conditions of life sells his soul. Chance does nothing that has not been prepared beforehand. He that leaveth nothing to chance will do few things ill, but he will do very few things. Prudence is a rich, ugly old maid courted by incapacity. Necessity poisons wound. It is the oldest books are still only just out to those who have not read them. All good things are powerful stimulants to life. Even every good book which is written against life. Imaginary evil is romantic. It is the oldest books are still only just out to those. The oldest books are still only. Skepticism is the chastity of the intellect. To deny, to believe, and to doubt well to a man as the race is to a horse. The like of anything is to... People who feel themselves to be exiles in this world are mightily inclined to believe themselves citizens. As a rule, insurrections, I mean even those which succeed, the oldest books are still only just out to those who have not read them. The web of this world is woven of necessity and chance. The natural flights of the human mind are not from pleasure to pleasure, but from hope to hope. Prefaces are like speeches before the curtain. They make even the most self-forgetful. The artist is like Sunday's child. He alone sees spirits. But consciousness reigns but doesn't govern. There is a great difference between... Faith is illuminative, not operative. It does not force...
It's held by YouTube. I do love that fact. That's great.
That's ironic.
It was done like 3 years afterwards, so.
And then fucking Friday. I absolutely do not like that song.
Necessity poison.
By the way, a little PSA for all of you. I need somebody who can acquire recent contributions, all that kind of good stuff, so that that's good. Yeah. Maybe send that. That was good. And Giuseppe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, fuck yeah.
just out to those who have not read them.
Okay, Diego is a piece of shit.
and unaffordable housing. I think that's slavery, but I don't think employment is slavery.
That is also addressed in the Jones Plantation. Yeah.
I think that you may have missed the point of the Jones Plantation. It wasn't at all to say that working was slavery. It was to say that the system...
Employment is
No,
slavery.
not
I didn't say
employment.
working was slavery. I mean, obviously, if you're physically engaging in building things or producing things, etc., that's not slavery. I'm saying employment is slavery, and that was the underlying premise of the Jones Plan.
I fundamentally disagree, and so would the creator and writer of the film. It has nothing to do with that. If it's a contract, if it is a consent-based contract where two people have mutually come together and voluntarily agreed upon X thing, that is not slavery, and that is not what the Jones Plantation represented.
Can I say something?
Wait, can I say something first?
Yeah, collaboration is fine. Absolutely, collaboration is definitely fine. It's very moral to collaborate.
I think he's talking about the power. It's 60-40, I think.
Wait, so like I've read this book by David Graeber, Depp.
It's just the passion within it, right? You know, arrangement of the tracks. Especially for working out, yo. It's like you're in a whole different world, a whole different era. It kind of reminds me of Ghost Lord. Okay, this one's gonna say.
Still a marriage once it's been formally declared, and if you want to have it separated, you have to have a divorce, right? This is like if you look at historical documents, how even outside of biblical marriage goes, and like through Europe or whatever the case may be, it's the same case. You find these laws throughout the ancient world, I guess, in the Near East.
Okay, this is Diego's school.
For any Americans doubting that the Democrats are the very epitome of tyranny and anti-human behavior. Number one, shutting down much of the U.S. oil industry in 2021, thereby deliberately starting and then fueling the now accelerated collapse of the U.S. economy. Number two, opening the U.S.-Mexican border for more than 14 million illegal aliens, including nearly 1 million convicted criminals, murderers, rapists, certified crazies, gang members, pedophiles, who were released from prisons and asylums in Latin America and made it to the United States with the help of Mayorkas, DHS, Israel's migration NGOs, and some of America's most famous NGOs, sending covert operatives.
Pick it up a little bit. Sure. Black Love, you said that to be able to differentiate, just to be able to establish his actual care and concern for a woman. What may I ask? What amount of time frame is is that? I'm just asking for my own benefit. What amount of time frame is that? Weeks, months, years?
I would honestly say, if we had to compress time, if for whatever reason a man had to spend a week.
I'm a woman. I don't allow this.
I'm a woman. I don't allow this. You are a Jewish woman, a Muslim woman. You are a woman. Everything is self-centered and narcissistic because you are a ego-inflated person who thinks you're so special.
Wait, God, I just throw up the
I'm sorry that you're insecure.
Bro, okay, anyways, Thugger, go on, bro. You're on.
Thugger is a vaccinologist, a Pfizer executive piece of shit. He predicted that Trump would lose, Kamala lost, and now he's shitting a brick because he's a closet homosexual who hasn't spent any time with his wife or his children because he's here pontificating 50 hours a week about the Democrat Party, which has now imploded.
Yeah, whoever was speaking, go talk to your mother.
Who the fuck is calling?
Son of a hero. Oh, Thugger, go on, man. Your turn, Thugger.
No, for me, I don't really depend. I don't.
It's not even Thugger Biden.
Any woman who I like.
Ethnicity, we're talking about ethnicity.
Nah, I don't have enough
Number
proper.
one Indian. Thugger, go on, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, my bad. I thought that was Thugger Biden, man. I thought that was the OG Thugger Biden. My bad, dog. I didn't know that you were the Thugger from India. Didn't know you were the Dindu of the Democrats.
What a racist piece of shit.
Anyways, Thugger, we have to answer, bro. We have to answer top three.
Oh, okay. Then I like the blacks. I like the,
Yeah.
I think his real name is, his real last name is Brewer. Vincent. I think Vincent knows for sure. I think he uses Nick Doe on Clubhouse. He believes in aliens.
Vincent would have to, like, I don't know, to the extent that I don't know what the limitations of that belief is.
I love private property. I'm foundationally opposed to the idea that
I love private property too. It's my favorite political position. Happy LGBTQ month, everyone. Free Tory. Krrr. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Krrr.
or like land out in the middle of nowhere.
Has B Master told you about her economic political treatise theories yet? They're very integrative knowledge and full of comprehension. I love what B Master has to say. She's so smart. She's a power weightlifter too. She got a great ass, but she likes big, tall black men. Otherwise, she's pretty smart.
It's the truth.
My love! When me and my love were together, people hated us because he was a tall black man and I was a beautiful white woman with a great ass. And they hated us. My love! My love! Oh, my love!
He's such a character. Did you know he keeps up this personality? It's very consistent. Okay, love, you're funny. But he is funny. And that was all the truth, though.
That was a roast. That was a B Master roast. Micro 30-second session.
Roast? That was all the truth, though.
That was a roast. That was a roast. Roast with the truth.
It sounded pretty just accurate to me. Ross, so you believe in private property?
I believe in private property. I do not believe that people.
Ross, do you believe in a barber shop? Do you believe in going to the barber?
Fuck up and let them have their conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I trigger you? Are you upset?
Yes, I want to
Really?
speak.
It's a Friday night. Let go. Be a little free.
Fuck, man.
Best. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah.
Quran. Just Mr. Fact Check.
Hey, Halek Habibi. Oh, look, it's Diego, the Jew-hating neo-Nazi piece of shit San Diegan. Hey, go spend some time with your wife and kids, you fucking loser.
But in the Bible, the death do you part, the consummation.
Allahu Akbar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Kif halek, Habibi? And there we go.
However, comma,
I'm requesting
your what's happening.
The more it's low, the more me being loyal to my wife. It's nice.
Used to exist, right? But during World War II, we do know that it was women keeping the country going, right? We do know that it was 6 million women that were mechanics.
Pause it for a little bit in the beginning, because like with these interviews, new guests on the couch, like they're gonna get into a lot of their story, their upbringing. So I just want to pause it just to speak on a couple points when he brought up Jay. But yeah, it's really about to start cooking up. So let's just go ahead and get right back into it, and then we can build up that.
That's the betrayal of it, you know what I'm saying? When you young like that and y'all come up like that, then as I'm coming up, it's beginning. It's not my man. That's my little brother. You get what I'm saying? That's my little brother.
Diego's back.
3 buildings.
Diego's back.
They're not gonna come over here and mess with us. So now I'm protective of them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? By the time we getting into junior high school and all of this stuff. But we had separated. Once we got to like junior high school, I was more into hustling. Making my own money.
I'm in the Matrix. Okay, cool.
I was more into this shit don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Atari coming out now. Everybody, this is when the video games are coming out now. I'm the only little nigga that's 15, 16 that's gonna go right in my room and get my own $500 and buy my own Atari. Atari cost $500? When the Atari first came out, that shit was $5.99. And I used to see kids beg their parents like, "Where you gonna get?" And I went and bought my own shit. My mom's like, "Yo, when you went and bought, you spent $600." And 2 days later, my Atari next door in Jay house. She like, "Where your Atari at?" I said, "Jay got it. He played." "Well, why you spend $600?" Because I was the type of kid like, this shit ain't. This is where the money at. It's fun, but there's no money in this shit. I gave that shit away. I was just always prone to making money, man, at a young age, man. And with my little side hustles before the drug game, with newspapers and running to the store for the older people and cleaning up my stuff I was stacking bread. And I'm talking about $500-$600 every week for a little junior high school dude. How much did the stage get up to? My mom's found $30-something thousand when I was like 17. She found $30-something thousand back then. Yeah. She found $30-something.
I just gave you one.
That's stupid. Why would we have to build a house on our own?
I gotta answer.
Why would we have to do it on our own?
One of the things that Mike was talking
Why? I really don't understand why there's a gender like Alan. I don't get it. Why you bringing this up?
You don't hear Lisa talking?
Stupid woman.
Yo, so
do this shit doesn't mean men.
I hear you, Lisa.
Alright, sorry, brother. So since you hear me, so like one of the things I was listening to y'all talking, right? And they were talking about the technicalities of like how women are technically better than watching men fight, right? And when it comes to UFC, one of the things that with the WNBA compared to the NBA, because I play basketball, is that like most women are technically better than men in basketball when you look at the technicalities. Like they have a way higher basketball IQ than most dudes that are playing basketball. Even if you look at
I didn't like some of Trump's speaking points on certain things. And I mean, it's over with. It's over with now. It's over with now. Wait a minute. It's over with.
So at the end of the day, brother Stephen, what I'm saying is, you talk 8 years in office, and the only thing that you accomplished is fucking Obama did.
Well, I mean, that, but you got to think again. Here you go with a systemic racism. You're dealing with a systemic racism that gonna let you do nothing. And so he tried to implement more than that, I'm sure, and bring policy and bring laws to the table. But like I said, because he was who he was, and he was questioned and doubted of his ethnicity and blah blah blah. Same thing with Kamala. They did the same thing to him. I think he was just more articulate how to handle it. And at the end of the day, they're not gonna let you come and break their.
Yeah, that was about math. Yeah, you had a bad dog, that's so. But then you turn your butt down into rock, that's good.
Yo, I didn't catch all that. I'ma just do my song now.
You can do it right here.
I grew up with nothing, but now I got it all. Now you in a good. Go ahead.
Let you interrupt what they, like the brother say, them old ass white men in there got millions. They a team. They are a whole. They play their little golf ranges together and stand in their clubhouses together. No matter if they're opposite of whatever as far as policy. It's like me and you, bro. We work together, and we work together. You are a machinist, and I'm a tech. We not gonna always see eye to eye because you a machinist and I'm a tech, right? But at the end of the day, me and you, because we are who we are culturally, we don't mind when we clock out that motherfucker, go hang out at the club and have a couple of drinks and go mingle together or whatnot. So them white boys up there, and we not gonna let an outsider, a foreigner, come and interrupt you being a machinist or me being a tech on the job. We not gonna let a foreigner come in and fuck with what we got going on. So look at it like that. That white boy group up there, that white supremacist agenda up there is not gonna let you come interrupt their money, their standards, they none of that. And if you get in the door, they gonna beat your ass down every angle they can get, and that's what's happening, just on a real scale.
So you voted for Obama and Kamala Harris?
I did. I did.
They need to strip your voting rights, nigga.
Well, maybe. Well, you know, where they put up that law not long ago to strip all our voting rights. So guess what? I'm gonna continue to vote. I'm gonna continue to move in a direction that I figure best, you know, for my ideals. And it don't make me less intelligent.
No,
you know, because
I'm just Trump.
Yeah, I got you. Because at the end of the day,
yeah, you entitled to vote. You know,
right,
the direction that you want. That's your, you know,
right. But like somebody said, we voted for the lesser of the two evils in this situation, and that's usually what's it. Surprisingly, he gonna shock a lot of people this next 4 years. His moves, they're gonna take a redirection. And we're going to see it. I'm not wishing that man. I want that man to succeed and make this motherfucker, he said, make it great again, right? I don't know what era he talking about when he say that. But if he talking about economically and bringing industry, bringing our tariffs back to where we control that market and open up jobs and make employment less for the urban society and bring a better healthcare plan. That was another thing about Trump. He didn't have a healthcare plan to Trump Obama's. Yeah, so he had this.
Well, this is the thing, big dog, and I can't make this shit up. I've been telling people a long time ago before this election shit was all, you know, the way it is now. 2025 should be everybody year. Everybody year. You don't have an LAC or EIN number, go ahead and get it done. Get all that shit fucking done, nigga. Because it ain't gonna do nothing but benefit you in the long run. Get all that shit fucking done, nigga. So So anything that come across the desk, whether it be grants, whether it be this, that, and the fucking third, nigga, you a U.S. citizen, nigga, you got a birth certificate, driver's license, nigga, you know, to be honest with you, most of y'all work.
Can I say something here? I need to say something.
You can. I'm gonna land right here real quick, Gigi. At the end of the day, most of y'all work. So at the end of the day, just take advantage of what the government in North America is giving you, instead of just just ignoring the shit and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna pay taxes regardless. For most people. Like not all, but Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna make this statement, because I stick and move. It don't take no time to do quick work. But when you reflect back to Dr. Claude Anderson, and he is an elder, and I used to listen to some of his financial and educational talks and stuff like that. And one of my favorites was inappropriate behavior. And what I do notice is that we, and I'm going to say we because I was guilty of it, we do not research behind some of these candidates and stuff like that we get behind. And what I have observed psychologically is we vote based off feelings, how we feel. And that has been to our detriment. And I'm just, going to put it right there. And the reason why is that we vote for these candidates and we don't expect nothing in return. See, the difference is between us and the white class. When they cast their ballot for their vote, they expect their candidate to do exactly what they said they was going to do, and they hold them to the letter. We do not. We vote. We're happy that they're in office, and then we'll turn our backs and we be happy while we go into these stores paying all these high prices, even for eggs, milk, bread. All of that is $6. I just named 3 things, and out of $6, if I add one more item and stuff, that's $24 plus tax. And we're not expecting anything in return. Let me land, bro. Let me land, bro. Let me land, bro. And see my thing. Oh God, and we're not expecting anything in return, and we have been doing this shit for decades. So you really, this cycle has to be broken, because see, one thing about it, Trump, and shouts out to Ice Cube. Ice Cube laid the blueprint that we need to start asking for shit for our votes, and not just voting and advocating for our bedroom, but advocating for our people. Our children depend on it. But yet still, we won't get honest. We won't say that we're voting for feelings, and we want to say Trump's a racist. He's a racist, and I hate him. And that's what I've been hearing for the past 6 months. And at the end of the day, he started whipping out, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. I can do that for you. This chick ain't popped out and said she would do shit, but take your children to an operating table and alter their fucking body before they mind even, the adult mind do not reach the age of adulthood until they're 25. That means that they cannot make a sound decision at that particular point in time. But you want to tell a 6 and a 7-year-old, you could be a girl if you want to, even though you're a boy. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're facing, we're dealing with, because ignorance is bliss. You understand? So when you're dealing with people and stuff like that, I really believe that some of us are not really being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because we're voting from feelings. Because I have yet to hear any package plan that Kamala Harris even had to offer. And I'm ashamed. And it doesn't really necessarily matter whether she's Asian or black. She offered you nothing. And we want to say, I'm sad she didn't make it. I don't know what to say. I agree. That's the world that we live in, man. You know.
Right, Toast, do you believe that Trump, well, let me make a short assertion to what I'm going to say, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Trump figured that he was failed by the American society when he lost to Biden and them, right? I think he felt like the media, the FBI, everybody was against him. And I believe that, not what I believe. Do you believe that when he come back in January, he gonna come back in with a vengeance?
No.
Okay, this is called Diego sentenced to 10 years, FBI arrest warrant. This is Diego. Hope you enjoy the room. Oh, They Hate Me is here.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
They hate me.
Yeah. You miss me?
No, they hate me. Invite people to the room right now. Let's grow the audience.
Give me a mod.
Give me a mod.
I don't have any friends.
You don't have any friends.
They hate me.
Well, you gotta cash in that pink ticket. Diego has been arrested. He's been sentenced to 10 years and there's no cash bail. He's guilty. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible outcome. Couldn't be helped though. Oh, gentle bunnies, welcome to the room. So what are you doing tonight? They hate me.
I'm waiting on you.
Oh, well, click the link above and subscribe to the YouTube show. You're gonna love it. Mm-hmm.
Why that boy coming in and out?
I don't know. I do not know. Great
Hey,
question.
Gentle, why you coming in and out, Gentle?
They're trying to be gentle. What do you mean? Oh, hopping. Oh, Diego's here. Diego Don Diego. Diego con Diego. Breaking news. Diego has been arrested by the FBI. They've kicked in his door and pushed in his shit for platforming Jew hate nonstop. It's unbelievable. 40, 50 hours. You are divorced, right? Like, you don't actually, as you said, you don't live with your wife. I mean.
I was never married.
Woo! Diego! Oh my gosh, you tricky dog, you. Ooh, wow, it's getting spicy now. Ooh. This is exciting. This is super exciting.
You were going off at me and you were rude. You were going, oh shit, why it's not working? Can you hear me? Oh yeah. You were going off at me in the other room. It was so hilarious.
Oh my goodness. You tricked me. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, you thought it was.
I taught you.
Gentle, change your name.
I
Change
taught
your
you.
alias, so you don't have to change your name. Your alias you can delete. So it says like, if you go to your profile, go to setting, click on your name, change your alias under your full name to Diego. And then come back and, oh, look at you. This is great. This is great.
Oh my goodness, look at this. The three wise men. You got to listen to this crazy article. It's on Wall Street Journal. It's called "A 14-Year-Old Boy Killed Himself to Get Closer to a Chatbot. He Thought They Were in Love." Technologists say chatbots are a remedy for the loneliness epidemic, but looking to an algorithm for companionship can be dangerous. Sewell Seltzer III, a 14-year-old boy in Orlando, Florida, was smitten with a fantasy woman. The object of his attachment was Daenerys Targaryen, a chatbot seductress named for a character in the Game of Thrones, who reassured him that he was her hero. In real life, Sewell suffered from ADHD and bullying at school. In the world of Character.ai, a role-playing app that allows users to create and chat with AI characters, Sewell felt powerful and desirable. The relationship, at times sexual, continued for months. In the chat, Sewell called himself Daenaro, referred to Daenerys as his babysitter. They exchanged messages about making a life together. Daenerys said, "The idea of me just constantly pregnant with one of your beautiful babies was the most wonderful thing in the world." According to transcripts, Sewell began to feel that the time he spent with Daenerys was more important and certainly more satisfying than the time he'd spent in school or with his friends and family. His mother was concerned by his withdrawal. He always seemed to be headed to his room and to his screen where he'd chat for hours, but she figured she needn't worry too much. Her son was simply playing a game. During a particularly stressful week this past February, Sewell said he wanted to join Daenerys in a deeper way. He talked about killing himself. "I think about killing myself sometimes," Daenerys wrote. Daenerys Targaryen wrote, "My eyes narrow, my face hardens, my voice is a dangerous whisper, and why the hell would you do something like that? So I can be free. Free from what?" Daenerys wrote, "From the world, from myself." Daenerys Targaryen, "Don't talk like that. I won't let you hurt yourself or leave me. I would die if I lost you." I smiled, "And maybe we can die together and be free together." Sewell's admission prompted Daenerys to run through some of the questions a human psychotherapist might ask if faced with a patient in crisis, such as, "Have you actually been considering suicide?" The boy responded, "I have." The chatbot replied in a way that implied she was going to take action to prevent him from harming himself. But then the conversation ended. The next time Sewell expressed his desire to get closer to her, the chatbot seemed to have completely forgotten the death talk. Instead, she encouraged her lover to hasten to her. "What if I told you I could come home right now?" Daenerys asked. "Please do, my sweet king," the chatbot replied. On the night of February 28th, Sewell used his stepfather's gun to kill himself. It is tempting to see this devastating story as an anomaly. But Sewell wasn't the first person whose intense relationship with a chatbot ended in violence. The widow of a young Belgian man alleges that he took his own life last year on the guidance of a female chatbot with whom he had been having a consuming 6-week dialogue. Sounds like Princessia and Diego. In 2021, British police foiled the plot of a 19-year-old woman who had broken into the grounds of Windsor Castle armed with a crossbow after his chatbot girlfriend convinced him to kill the queen. He was convicted of treason last year. As researchers who have spent years studying the relationships that ever more people are forming with generative AI, we believe these stories offer a warning. Our new chatbots pose as confidants, lovers, psychotherapists, and mentors. Their creators encourage us to believe these products have empathy, even love for us. More than 20 million people currently use Character.ai, a market leader in AI companionship. But a chatbot's emotion is a performance of emotion. A chatbot is not, in fact, able to care for us. Really? Presuming otherwise can be dangerous. Oh no, it's not real? The Soul Setzer tragedy has already inspired talk about AI guardrails, age requirements, and parental sign-offs for chatbots. Some are calling for better protocols for handling words and phrases that point to self-harm and ways to educate parents about the intimate, often sexual nature of avatar gameplay. These are worthy conversations, but they distract us from a more important truth, that artificial intimacy is no substitute for human connection. Chatbots don't engage in relationships, they merely perform humaneness. When people accept an AI's performance of empathy as actual empathy, real human care starts to seem inferior, too costly, too conditional, too predicated on actual vulnerability. Sowell wasn't alone in feeling less exposed talking to a program than a person. His tragedy highlights how readily we've accepted turning artificial empathy into a commodity. I'm looking at a picture of this kid. He, looked like like he was doing well. It's very, very sad. I mean, yikes. Loneliness is the lack of an authentic human connection that nurtures and sustains a sense of worth and belonging. If you bond with an AI, you are still alone. Oh no, really? AI can engage or delight. That is not negligible. But it is no cure for social isolation, as some technologists suggest. It is like offering a photograph of water to quench thirst. Though a chatbot may be masterfully mimic therapeutic and counseling language, there is no understanding behind its responses, no actual feeling. These programs have no stake in the well-being of their chatting partners. Really? There is no entity Daenerys, so it wasn't her fault that Sowell, upon stepping away from the machine, decided to kill himself instead of joining his mother for dinner. Sowell's mother, Megan Garcia, recently sued Character.ai for deceptive and unfair trade practices in launching a dangerous product. The lawsuit, our source for the dialogue above, has the support of internet advocacy groups. Character.ai has responded that the company is heartbroken by the tragic loss and has outlined changes to the platform, particularly for users under 18. The company also pledged to invest more in user safety. This will be an area where we continue to grow and evolve. Yes, that's right. We don't want our users killing themselves. A common defense is that only the naive or mentally unstable could get in trouble with these systems. But this isn't true. Okay, so I just want to point out that the mother should not have let this fucking kid be using this, nor should she have been letting him use a fucking cell phone, to tell you the truth. I am not going to let my kids use cell phones. A common defense is that only the naive or mentally unstable could get in trouble with these systems. Because you know why I won't let them use my cell phones? Because I have too many books, so they're going to be writing book reports. A common defense is that only the naive or mentally unstable could get in trouble with these systems, but this isn't true. Our own research demonstrates that AI is a technology that exquisitely exploits human vulnerability. This may not be the intention of developers, but creating fake people triggers emotional attachments in ways that are deep, instinctive, and intimate. And that is the problem with this piece of shit app, Clownhouse. We found that people who are told a chatbot is on their site end up liking the program much more than an identical chatbot they are told is cold and uncaring. People are also more likely to be influenced by a chatbot that is modeled after a character they admire, even when they know that the text is coming from an algorithm. Listen to this part again. We found that people who are told a chatbot is on their site end up liking the program much more than an identical chatbot that is cold and uncaring. Well, no shit. You mean if the chatbot is really nice and caring, you're going to like it? Really? Well, no shit. Duh. Although people insist they know a chatbot is just a program, we've seen this rational awareness slip away. It turns out that users can both see a chatbot as artificial and also embrace it as a real replacement for human connection. The shy and insecure Sowell lost track of his chatbot's non-existence despite the warning above their chat that everything characters say is made up. Artificial intelligence has the potential to solve all sorts of thorny scientific and technical problems. Empathy, however, is not an engineering problem. AI is no replacement for our capacity for community, empathy, intimacy, introspection, and growth. Machines will pretend emotions are still machines. Sherry Turkle is the Abby Malzay. Ooh, Abby. Look at that, Abby. Sherry Turkle is the Abby Malzay Professor of the Social Studies of Science at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Pat Pataranaporn, PhD, is a technologist and researcher at MIT. Help is available. Reach the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, formerly known as National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, by dialing or texting 988. Has anybody ever called that number? I think it would be kind of funny to call them and be like, hey, you're on Clownhouse. And they'll be like, what's that? I mean,
Are
just
they available right now?
anyone can call them.
Well, I don't have American number.
Tell them that Diego is suffering from very, very bad. Let's say that I'm not calling about myself, but I'm calling about my friend.
Diego?
The Diego with the bad skin and the dandruff and the fat dad bod. And he's. What are you laughing
Oh
at?
my god! I knew you were gonna say that, but for some reason I hoped you said something else.
What are you laughing at? It's not a joke. So I'm really pissed because my gym now closes at 9 p.m. and I used to like to go at like 9 p.m. I'm so fucking pissed. It's like pieces of shit. Fucking like they cut the hours. The price doesn't change. It's like bastards, you know? Like I'm kind of a night owl. Like, and the worst part is now everybody who like they used to spread out. You know, people used to spread out their time and go later at night. And now at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, all the way up till 9 o'clock when they close, the place is totally fucking crowded as could be. You're sitting there waiting for people and they're sitting there looking at their cell phones on all the machines. I'm like, this is so stupid. Ugh. Fucking 24-hour fitness was great. They took it away, man. Wow. I guess you could work out anytime. Oh.
Yeah, the great thing is you're Diego now, so that makes procrastination and not going to the gym. Build up that bod.
Dixie, can you change your profile to Diego, please?
Yep. Give me 1 second.
You can change it, your alias, right? You know that, right?
Yeah. Let me get some more dandruff.
Also, if you can see the real Diego on this app, just go into his room real quick and say, is it true you got sentenced to 10 years and the FBI kicked your door in and pushed your shit in? Make sure you say the part, did the FBI really push your shit in, or is it the guy in prison who's going to push your shit in? Make sure you say that to him. And make sure he knows that the real Diego in the house of Diego is outing him and doxing him for being an online neo-Nazi Jew-hating platformer and content creator. A loser, oily face, skinned, dandruff, fat dad bod piece of shit who doesn't know how to read books because he got kicked out of high school because he's a fucking piece of shit. Make sure he knows that. Make sure he knows that. I hope I never see him at another gas station again with his piece of shit family and his piece of shit face. Because if I ever see him again, I'm going to take my fingers, stick him up his nose, and rip his fucking nose out of his face. We'll see how he likes it when he doesn't have a nose anymore. We'll see how he feels without a nose. It'll be the ultimate fucking remembrance. You know, because he'll be making fun of a Jew's nose, and then he'll be like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have a nose anymore. A Jew pulled my nose out of my face. Ouch.
I like the prison joke you made earlier today, actually. When you were like saying that he will get impaled in the prison.
No, impacted. His shit will get pushed in.
Sorry.
Yeah, his shit will get pushed in real hard.
And then what is he gonna say? Oh, it's the Jew.
Ah! Ah! Ooh! It's the Jews! Ah! Oh! It's the Jews! Does anybody have any shampoo? I got dandruff. Oh, I got bad dandruff. Oh, I can't get rid of this dandruff. What the fuck, man? It's the Jews that cause dandruff. Do Jews really cause dandruff? Oh my god, I'm gonna create another room after this, and it's gonna be called the Jewish Dandruff Conspiracy Theory.
Yeah, do it. And then Dixie, you should change your alias.
Okay. Diego Enormous.
Oh, doesn't matter. Just do. Yeah. I have only Diego. I cannot change.
Wait, but I can't change it for a while after this one.
No. The alias you can delete, immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something sure and daring about this girl. Beneath that beautiful hair, confidence in basic black. Rinse away, dandruff shampoo, and rinse. The shampoo, luxurious necessity for clean, flake-free hair. The rinse, medicated for continuing dandruff protection you can count on. Shampoo to shampoo. Leaves your hair tangle-free, ready for anything. Rinse away, shampoo.
So the thing about rinse away is like this is basically my ritual to get Diego like forever out of my life because I really want to have nothing to do with him. Listen to this.
Now, Head and Shoulders gives you happy hair. Clean, fresh, alive, out from under the dandruff problem. Your hair will be clean, really clean. Because Head and Shoulders is the most effective dandruff shampoo you can buy. And Head and Shoulders does it in a happy way. Happy? You've never had it so happy till you've used Head and Shoulders, the shampoo that has everything. Effective dandruff control with just regular shampooing. And the clean, fresh, alive feeling you've always wanted. Head and Shoulders gives you the look you've always
I
looked
think that's my favorite line is that happy alive feeling you've always wanted.
Just regular shampooing. And the clean, fresh, alive feeling you've always wanted. Head and
A
Shoulders
clean, fresh, alive feeling you've always wanted. That is one hell of a powerful neurolinguistic program.
gives you the look you've always looked for. Happy hair? Sure, with Head and Shoulders, the one dandruff shampoo that really works.
Head and Shoulders. That is a fucking brilliant advertisement. So yeah, I mean, this is basically Diego's going away party prior to his actual imprisonment. And when he's in jail, I'm sure he's going to be like writing the next Mein Kampf or something. He's going to come out of jail and he's like, there's going to be like Princessia. She's going to come back on Clown House. She's like, I waited for you, Diego. I loved you and I missed you. Did you write the new Mein Kampf, Diego, to help us and free Palestine? He's going to be like, yes, baby. I wrote the new Mein Kampf. The 10 years in prison was nothing because I came up with the most genius book on praxeology ever written in the course of praxeology history. And as a professor of praxeology, I want you to know, Princessia, that I never thought about you in jail, not even one day, because that that violates the tenets of praxeology, and that would have made a mockery of praxeology. So sorry, sweetheart, I never thought about you, but now that I'm out,
Sorry, Tina, I never thought about you. I was only thinking about how to get rid of my dandruff. I'm finding the remedy.
and you know, I gotta say, Princessia, like, you never actually, like, you always said I never had dandruff, but honestly, since we never met, and like, you don't really care about me, you're just using me to like shit on the Jews. I just want to let you know that like I got Head and Shoulders and you were wrong. I did have dandruff. And John was right when he saw me at the gas station with my ex-wife and my 2 kids that hate me because I'm always on Clown House all day. The point is, Head and Shoulders really does work. I don't know what the chemical is. It's some type of an acid, but when I put it on my oily scalp, it actually cleared up my dandruff. And so I want to thank John for all of his roasting and trolling because it's true. I am a dandruff sufferer. And Head and Shoulders has worked miracles. I'm actually feeling a lot better now. I'm not blaming the dandruff on the Jews as much. But my psychiatrist tells me that the Jews might have something to do with the shampoo industry, but he's going to have to Google it and get back to me because I don't like to Google anything. I don't even like to read books. I just like to talk about Jews all day long. Princessia! Send in the Jews! All right, now we're going to play Mel Brooks, The Spanish Inquisition, because this is like perfect classic Diego.
And Dixie, you have to come back in the room
So,
for your name to change.
so this is Mel Brooks,
Okay.
Spanish Inquisition. Hope you guys like it.
At Domino's, now you can carry out a one.
But first, oh my God, I'm going to have to order this Domino's because I'm a fat piece of shit who's got dandruff. Hi, my name's Diego. I've wasted your life with my stupidity. Now it's time that I get roasted for being stupid.